Hi guys, this is my top 5 mini games in Yakuza 0. So starting off with baseball. It's a fairly simple game. It's all about timing and aiming. So as you can see in a minute, there's the home run signs in the top left and the top right. I'm focusing on the one on the top left. Yeah, it's pretty hard because considering this is the beginner one. And yeah, I do okay, but yeah, there's not that much more to talk about this one, to be honest, the baseball. So you can win prizes depending on how well you do. So your score, if you don't get a high enough score, then basically it's just you get a kind of not a game over music type thing, but sort of the disappointment shake of the head from Kiru, the character. And yeah, but luckily I managed to get a prize, so yeah, not a bad innings. Yeah, so here's the gold ball. So you'll see what happens here. Smash. +4. That's what I wanted. And then I do that and mess it up. But yeah, still got enough to get a Torino, which is good. Alright, number 4 is Space Harrier. This is a game from the 1980s. The actual game Yakuza 0 is set in 1988, so it makes sense that you'd have games from the 80s. It's a fun, simple game. Just you're controlling this man in some sort of fantasy world, and you've got to shoot guns at things and stay alive. Space things come at you, as the name suggests. Yeah, this gameplay it doesn't go on for too long, but it just showcases a few of the stages. But while that's going on, I can talk about the upcoming RGG event. So that's the developer of the Yakuza games, or Like a Dragon games as they're now known as. So they'll be showcasing their upcoming game Stranger Than Heaven, which it looks pretty good. It looks like a sort of more darker game than Yakuza, and set in I think early 1900s. So yeah, it looks pretty good. I haven't seen that much of it other than a little bit of combat and just walking around the city, so it'll be interesting to hear more about that. But also there's rumours that they're going to be possibly showcasing another Kiwami game. So that's remakes of the original Yakuza games. So they've done the first 2 in the series. My introduction to the series was actually Yakuza Kiwami on PlayStation Plus, one of the free games for the membership at the time. I think it was in 2018 I played it, but yeah, no, it had a good impression on me. I got into the series after that, just because I thought it was just nice, fun games that just do a lot of things right. There's a lot of good story, good mini games, good sub stories. You have to be pretty patient to play these games as well, though. To be honest, you've got to stay engaged during long cutscenes and things like that. But yeah, I mean, if you didn't even like the story that much, you could just spend your time doing all these mini games as well, to be honest. So yeah, there's a lot to like in these games. Yeah, 2026 is going to be a big year for gaming. Obviously, lots of people into GTA, and unless they delay that again, GTA 6 will release. Wonder what that'll be like. There'll be lots to do in the game. Whether the game will be of the same quality of the old ones, I don't know. I'm not a massive fan of GTA, to be honest, but I think they're pretty good games. Obviously, like I said, there's lots to do in them. They're very outlandish, and I understand why people like them, but the gameplay's, in my opinion, not that great in them, but there's a lot to like about them, so I understand why people like it. So it's that. Obviously, it's James Bond game by IO Interactive. I'm a big fan of IO Interactive. I love the Hitman games. Probably do some Hitman videos coming up. So yeah, lots to look forward to. And there's other games as well, some detective game, some Cthulhu type game being released. So I'm looking forward to that. Well, I wonder what's going on with. I'm trying to remember now. Sorry, what game? Oh yes, Persona games. There could be more mention or more news going on about that. So that's something to possibly look out for. You just never know with some of these games what's going on with them. But those two games are sort of that have been announced, James Bond and GTA, are probably the ones I'm paying more attention on next year. Anyway, this is number 3, which is the bowling. Very nice, simple game. Good controls, easy to play, and yeah, that's why I put it above Space Harrier. Space Harrier in this, it was a close call between both, but I think I enjoyed this slightly more, so that's why I put it third. Again, not really that much more to talk about it. I mean, you can select the heaviness of your ball, the speed at which your ball goes at. If you want to put spin, you've got to time it so that the aim is right. I did a good job there getting a strike, so I'm happy with that. But anyway, since I've discussed all that pretty much is the bowling, I'll discuss more games coming up next year. So yeah, it's just not necessarily coming up yet next year, but sort of games I'm interested in. So I'm obviously always going to be interested in what's going on with RGG. So I've already mentioned, the Stranger Than Heaven. It might release next year. You never know. I can't remember if they gave a date. So that'll be one to look out for. And obviously Persona, like I mentioned just then, a little while ago. I like the Quantic Dream games. Not all of them, but the majority of them. So I enjoyed Detroit Become Human. They're releasing a Star Wars game, so that'll be interesting to see when that's going to release. Probably not next year because they haven't announced anything. So yeah, that's one I'm really looking forward to. Probably Persona is the one I'm looking forward to most. Either Persona 6 or the next main Like a Dragon game. Not the side games as much. Like, I'm looking forward to Stranger Than Heaven, but not as much as if they were going to release, another game with Ichiban in. I still sometimes play a bit of Call of Duty on Xbox Game Pass, so I have a little look at what's going on with that as well. But to be honest, I know I upload a bit of Call of Duty, but it's more just it's something nice and easy to upload. It's not really one of my favourite games, to be honest. I liked Cold War. That was the last one I thought was good. But Modern Warfare 3 was good at release. I thought that playing the old school maps was fun, and the game ran quite well. Not obviously it wasn't as fun as the original games. I don't think that's nostalgia. I think it just was not as fun. And yeah, so those were quite enjoyable, I'd say, out of the recent games. But Black Ops 6 it's pretty bad, really, to be honest. I've never really particularly taken to it in any facet. The campaign was the only decent thing about Black Ops 6. The zombies is pretty terrible, in my opinion. Just not fun at all. And then the multiplayer is it's just not fun at all, especially when you compare it to Cold War or, like I said, Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 is not as fun now as it was at launch. I don't know what's happened to it. I don't know whether it's because it doesn't run as well, or I don't know. I don't know what it is. I mean, the main thing that I didn't like about that game was the unlock system was just ridiculous. So many things you had to do instead of just unlocking things after you level up, which I found very frustrating. Certain attachments you had to just do all these challenges for and all this, and it's just silly. So that was the main thing holding it back. But now it's just, I'm not sure what it is, but it's just not as fun in any way as it was on the the opening month or two when it first came out. But yeah, Black Ops 7 kind of. I'm looking forward to the campaign for it, but that's it. It just looks like it's going to be another disappointment, to be honest. Anyway, this is Outrun. It's my second favourite game in the Yakuza minigames from Yakuza 0. Game from 1986. It's just about going as fast as you can to get to the checkpoints and dodging traffic in the way. Sounds really simple, and the concept is simple, but the game's not simple. You have to sort of remember the paths of incoming traffic, and your reactions have to be pretty sharp. The amount of turning has to be good. It's fun. Again, it got fairly close to being number one for me. I did have a lot of fun with it. In the really good two sub-stories of this game, the two sort of long ones, which could be a campaign in themselves, to be honest. In the one for Kiru, the property development thing, you have to beat the electronics king in this game, and his score's pretty good, so I think you have to do 3 checkpoints, I think, to beat him. So you're about to see me go through the first checkpoint. To be honest, I think I could have done a bit better with this gameplay, but at least it got to the first checkpoint, so it could have been worse. Yeah, obviously when you're playing this, on the first playthrough it's going to be very difficult to get to the first checkpoint. But once you've played it a few times, probably like 4 or 5 times, you'd want to sort of target getting to the second or third checkpoint realistically. Maybe even passing 3 checkpoints and getting to the 4th one would be ideal, but depending on how good you are, how much patience you have for it. But yeah, I settled just for this gameplay because, one, I didn't want to have too long showing too much gameplay when I'm just doing a list talking about the game, and one, I just couldn't be bothered, to be quite honest. But I might do a video on just trying to see how far I can get with Outrun, because it is really fun. So yeah, I might do that. We'll see. I'll probably work on a Hitman video next, just going through sort of what I like about the maps in Hitman 3, the latest one. Yeah, what I like about each of them and all that. Alright, moving on to number 1, and it is the funnest in my opinion. I think a lot of people really enjoyed it. It's the disco. So you've got that awesome cringy intro. There's 2 different intros, but this is one of them. And then you've got the simple but addictive gameplay of just moving around in these squares, pressing the buttons at the right time to the beat, and it's just surprisingly fun for what it is. I don't know what it is about it, but I saw Mr. Freeze 2244's live stream of Hitman. I've seen his Hitman ones as well, but of Yakuza 0, and he got so hooked on this, it was quite funny. It just kept doing the dances one after the other, trying to improve. I don't blame him. It is fun. It is definitely for me, and in my opinion, it's the best minigame in this. If you don't count the major big sub-story ones, I don't think they're really minigames, they're more sub-stories. So the property development for Kiru, and for Majima, it's the cabaret club management. That is surprisingly fun, even though it's a really girly management mode of just looking after the business, checking that the girls are happy, making sure customers are happy. It's funny talking about it because it's just so different to what the rest of the game is. You know, the main story of sort of basically like brotherhood and courage and all sorts of scumminess going on in the game as well. It's just bizarre to do things like the disco and cabaret club management and all that. It's a fun game, and it's a very unique game as well. And it's all there is to say about it, really. But anyway, Disco deservedly number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to do a Hitman video next, and then I'll probably do some more Yakuza ones.